you guys, Tamika here, 1/3 of Last Slice Radio, and I'm coming to you today with my video for, long distance lovers, long distance relationships. Okay, so everything that I'm pulling from today is going to be from my personal experience. I've been in a long distance relationship before, so the only thing I can pull from to talk to you guys about is my experience. Okay, so I was in a long distance relationship. We were together for a total of 6 years, and for 2 of them we lived long distance. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this in 3 phases. The 3 most important things that I found to be very important to the relationship while I was in a long distance relationship. Okay, so the first thing, of course, is trust, right? Trust is very important when you're in a long distance relationship because it's so sensitive. It's like there's a thin line between trusting someone and never ever trusting them again. And so in my relationship, trust was a big issue. And the reason why is because, well, we were younger. First of all, we were a lot younger, so it was touch and go because of the age. Okay, so bear with me. So the trust issue. I had never had issues with trusting my partner that I was in a long distance relationship. I didn't have any trust issues really at all as being a woman. You know, sometimes you have trust issues. If you had issues with your father or something like that. I didn't have any trust issues going into the relationship. I would say that once I was in the relationship, things that this person did caused me to question whether or not I can trust him. Okay, before this relationship, never been insecure, had trust issues. After this relationship, never had trust issues, never been insecure. It was just this particular person, and then the fact that we had a long distance relationship for such a long amount of time made it even worse. Okay, yeah, trust is so hard to come by in general, right? And when you're dealing with that in a relationship, and then it's long distance as well. Once you lose trust, it's gone. It's like time. I compare trust to time. Once time is gone, it's gone. It's behind you. Once trust is gone, it's gone. You lose it. You never get it back. That's my opinion from my experience. Moving on. Physical. Okay. Physical. Of course, when you're in a relationship, you like to engage in physical things. Okay, whether that's sex, touch, kissing, hugging, holding hands, any of those things. I consider that physical. You can't engage in those things when you're in a long distance relationship, and I think that's a part of it. Like touching your partner's face, kissing your partner, holding their hands, laying in their lap. It's all a bonding experience, and it's something that helps you grow and build your bond together. If you're in a long distance relationship and you can't do that, you're missing out on a huge part, and you're missing out on building that bond and that comfortability, if that's a word. So yeah, I say growing together is a big thing. And when you live far away, in my case, we were about 1,000 miles away. I was here in Atlanta, he was there in Minnesota. So when you're 1,000 miles away, it's hard to grow as a unit, and you're not together. So I find that the best way to grow together is to be together, right? You can't grow or a relationship, in my opinion, when you're away from each other. So then that brings me to my next point. Someone is going to have to make the effort to move to be with that person. Now, I made the move in my case. I made the move and I moved to Minneapolis to be with him. And when you get there and you realize that this person is not the same person that you knew before, because like I said, you grow, right? And when you're not together, you grow apart, right? And when you get back to this person, they're not necessarily the same person they were before, because well, in my case, we were together since we were 18 years old, and by the time I moved back, I was 22. That's a lot of growth, right? And so I wasn't the same person. He wasn't the same person. nonetheless, we lived together. So imagine how that went, okay? Um, so yeah, it's hard. It's hard to grow together when you're not actually physically together, and lose out on that bonding. And then you get there and you realize this is a different person, and they resent. You may resent the person. You regret that you moved. And it's just it takes a large emotional toll on the relationship as a whole. Okay, and that brings me to my last thing. Okay, so because I'm a huge sap, and yes, I'm a big believer in like I guess soulmates. Okay, yeah, soulmates. So I'm a big believer in like soulmates and whatnot. So this is where I have a hard time saying that long distance relationship could never ever work, because if you are a person who's looking for like a soulmate or whatnot, is it more logical that your soulmate will actually live in a geographical area that you're in, or that they could live across the country or even across the world? If you're actually looking for a soulmate, it's hard to. I wouldn't say. Okay, I don't think that it's more probable that this person actually lives on your block or in your neighborhood or even across town. I think you would have to open yourself up to a broad range of people, and I think in order to do that, you would have to engage in long distance dating, right? Sad but true. So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of a catch-22 a little bit. If you don't long distance date, then you have a smaller probability of finding your soulmate, right? But if you do, then all of these issues that occur, trust and resent and the bonding and growing apart and cheating, um, become factors. So I won't be engaging in a long distance relationship anytime soon. But you know what? I never say never. Never say never, especially if you believe in love and all those things like I do. Okay? So those are my thoughts on long distance relationships. If you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them down below. And yeah, I'm excited, you guys, about the show and all the topics that we have coming up. And I hope you guys tune in. www.blogtalkradio.com/the-slice. We also have our website up and running now. We're actually making some changes to it right now, but it's still viewable. It's www.lastsliceradio.com. We've uploaded new blogs and blogs as far as things we love and health blogs. So go on over and check those out. And don't forget to tune in next week. And I will see you then. Okay? Bye.